So, welcome. We're in the car again. I'll just say I'm pleasantly kept warm by my amazing sponsorship. It's not really. It's actually Ludia sent me this hat. It's like a little Christmas gift. They sent me 3 actually. So now I can find some other people and attack them with them and be like, you're a part of me. So we're out today, and you may have seen the thumbnail and the title, because I wanted to talk about, as well as Jurassic World Alive, wherever I so choose to put it. I wanted to talk about I saw a video, and it was like sort of tagged. I think it was tagged in me as well in Twitter, and it was about Mesozoica. And I have mentioned it offhandedly every now and again in different videos, but I thought what we could do while we do the Jurassic World Live, and I can actually talk to you in person about it, because it was a mess. It was a complete mess. So hold on a second, let me just get, oh, car, no, bad, shush. Shush, you're not supposed. Oh, we'll have to turn that off. So again, so I do apologise about the horrible quality of audio, because we are in a tin can, kind of. That's what old people call cars, isn't it? So we're gonna just quickly run through this. I missed out on the T-Rex Epic Incubator. Bloody awful of me, absolutely awful. So yeah, let's talk about Mesozoica, shall we? While I do this nonchalantly. Because these are going to be very easy, I assume. It's like, no, you're making noise. Hold on. Yeah, there you go, muted it. There, awesome. I can't hear what's going on in the game, but hopefully you guys should be able to. So, yes, Mesozoica. It went terribly wrong, didn't it? It went very wrong, incredibly wrong. Now, I saw a video. I'll probably link it down in the description below. And it was somebody just saying, why is nobody addressing this? Mesozoica, in all intents and purposes, was a scam. And looking back, yes, you can very well say it was a scam. There was a product delivered, however, a lot of the Kickstarter goals and a lot of the promises were not delivered. And that's where the scam part comes in, because that's very scammy. The thing was, at the time, when Mesozoica was announced, as far as I never got involved in all of the drama, the dinosaur drama, because Mesozoica hated Prehistoric Kingdom. Prehistoric Kingdom hated Mesozoica, probably rightfully so now, and they all hated the Isle, and then the Isle hated everybody, and you know, there was all this like dinosaur drama. That's what I, as an outsider, without doing any research, I'm covering myself here, that's what I saw, was just everybody hated everybody, and I didn't want to get dragged into drama. The practice I took when it came towards Mesozoica and any other dinosaur game was that I will support it, because as long as there is an idea there, I think we should all at least give it a shot. And the thing was, the Isle did not like Mesozoica because it was the first sort of indie game, dinosaur related, I think, that went to Kickstarter. And because it garnered a lot of money and a lot of notoriety for that, oh my god, this is gonna get better than the Isle, it's gonna get better than Prehistoric Kingdom, because it's got the money behind it. I remember very early on, Dondi was saying, if you don't know who Dondi is, he's the lead developer on the Isle. He was saying that, I know there's people like, I can't take you seriously, Beaver, wearing a beanie. Actually, I don't look not bad, eh? This is the new look. So he voiced his opinion, saying that Mesozoica, it's a whole scam, do not trust Max, which was basically the head and the front of Mesozoica. And I continue to watch the video that I've linked down in the description below, and all the sort of scammy things that went on, because let's be honest, there was a lot of scammy things going on. Like my relationship with Max, of course, at the time I was the second biggest pusher for Mesozoica, because all these games, Prehistoric Kingdom, Mesozoica, the Isle, they were all wanting to get fully released for 2015, all 3 that I knew of. There was even Jurassic Genetics, I think, which is another one. They were all wanting to get out there, get it done, because Jurassic World was coming out. We had this huge build-up for Jurassic World. It's like, oh my god, this is going to be the year of dinosaur gaming, this is what's going to happen. So everybody was rushing to get theirs out. I think that's probably why Mesozoica went to Kickstarter really quick. Of course, this is all off the cuff. I'm just kind of rambling, so I do apologise if I miss some points or I bring up some points and it leads nowhere. So yeah, they decided to do the Kickstarter. Everybody was rushing to get a product out because everybody wanted a successor to Jurassic Park, Operation Genesis. I mean, that's what we wanted. We ended up getting it 3 years later with Jurassic World Evolution, an actual, you know, you could say, it's basically the funding of a AAA game, you could say. But did it deliver as promises on Jurassic Park Operation Genesis what we wanted? Yes and no, but that's a different argument for another time. Back to Mesozoica, as far as I was aware, I was like, you know what, there's drama everywhere. No matter what you do, there's always going to be drama. I'm going to continue to support this. And at the time, when it went on Kickstarter, there was, I think it was $800. $800. And you would get so many good rewards. You would make a company, like, you know, faction. So you'd have this faction, and they would focus on getting more money and all this jazz. There was so much potential there, because we can't lie, there still is, but it's dead now. And then I backed it at the $800, and I'm pretty sure Best in Slot also backed it at the $800. So we were heavily invested into this, and I technically, you know, apart from Dondi and everybody else sounding their opinion about like having personal feuds with other people and saying that it's a scam, and you got this whole Beast of Bermuda, which, you know, is basically the Isle, and they don't like each other, you know, so you could get tied down in this very like, this is right, this is wrong. And again, that's a very stupid argument to make, because as human beings, as you get older especially, you realise that there is no right and wrong. There's just one opinion, another one, and you should always, oh god, I didn't realise I had that up. You should always listen to the other side of the story, because there's always two halves. And we always want to believe there's a good and evil, which there isn't. There is very few instances where there is a outright, that's absolutely wrong, and this is the good, this is the moral good. And people like to make that sort of argument. Look at this, it's even like a problem. Ready to crush, dead. Dead. It's just annoying. Like, Luddy, if you're listening, just make it quicker, because I don't have time to just... Imagine it's freezing cold, it's winter now, I'm just there like, if I wasn't in a car, and I have access to a car. But yes, anyway, and at the time when Mesozoica was released, remember, the Isle was not anything looking like it did now. I covered the Isle when the only test build of it was a shooter. You had a gun and it was a first-person shooter with a few stomping land assets in. Roll the footage.
What was that? Why do I fire red squares?
That's what it looked like. It was very bare, very basic, and Mesozoica was coming along saying it had the models, their own custom-made models. None of it was stolen. It was all made by this one, you know, modeler, which technically they were made by him. And there was the internet meme that these were the ugliest dinosaur models around. I mean, they were styled a certain way. I wouldn't necessarily say they were the ugliest. That's very subjective. But I'm not gonna lie, yes, they were very scaly and unaesthetically appealing in certain regards. And on the video I watched, apparently the modeler was saying that he was taking no criticisms at all. And then this whole thing was coming about that the newly discovered Dakota Raptor happened, and then Mesozoica was getting exclusive rights via the paleontologist to show this creature in its fully accurate form, which ended up being a right dog's dinner in the end. I remember I still got the little picture that Max sent to me of just the eyeball, which I'll probably put it now, because every time I look for a picture, it's there, because it's one of my first saved video files, because it's back from 2015. And I'm like, oh, I wonder whatever happened to that. What was that? And then apparently the guy working on the model, ooh, 30, not bad. The guy working on the model leaked a lot of the information, which went against the embargo. Anyway, all a lot of people knew about who didn't research was just Mesozoica is going to be this really, it's going to be the successor to Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, and it's going to be worth your time and money. Oh, look, here comes another van. Is the same van as that van? Oh, they must have a... What are they? Oh, I think they're construction. Qualified and experienced tradesmen. There was no real, apart from, you know, other developers' hearsay, you know, they probably founded it, was very well founded in the end. There wasn't anything to sort of be against Mesozoica. And like I said, I always thought if people have a dream and they want to make something. Oh, we've done the glitch. We've done the glitch. Oh, yes, I think we have. Yes, we've done the glitch. So we're gonna have to exit out. Oh, look, settings. Fantastic. Probably gonna have to blur that bit. We'll go back in. That's actually the first time that we've had the incubator glitch, because the incubator glitch, or the battle, is usually when you go in, you go do a fight, and then it times to 0. And then you've got to reload the game. It's a lot rarer than it used to be. Actually, well, I'll say that. It's the first time it's done it now. Mainly it doesn't happen if you're sticking with it. If you're walking by an incubator and then it happens, like you go away from it, that's when I seem to have the problems. But anyway, Mesozoica. Naughty boy's not getting away with this. I did reviews. I got the test builds. I got everything. And I made reviews on it. So did Best's Thought. And we put it out as this is going to be the game we're going to have to look out for, you know. And when Max, I think, probably messaged both of us to promote the Kickstarter, we were like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's go for it. And it didn't seem anything wrong with it. I think they reached their goal. I think they reached their goal pretty darn quick. I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. But then there was an extra tier added to the Kickstarter. Many people might not know this, because if you look back now, there's just one really big Kickstarter goal. Ooh, I've just logged in. And that goal, I think, was like $2,500. It was only one spot, and it was for the vice president of Mesozoica, or whatever. It would give you all the backer rewards, and you'd be able to, I don't know, some rubbish about being in the game. I don't know exactly what it was, but you get all the Kickstarter rewards and all that jazz. Being, you know, in a financially stable position and thinking that, you know, I want to help out these creators of the game, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna back it. I'm gonna back. No longer doing the 800. I'm going to go back for the biggest one. It could be 2,500, it could be 2,000, 1,500. Either way, it was the biggest one. And that's what mattered to me, was that I'm doing the most I can to get this project to a place where, you know, they've got the funding that they need. And already I can hear, like, if Donnie's watching this, which he'll see Mesozoica, and I'm sure he's watched it. Because who doesn't love a bit of juicy drama? He's probably like, you fool! So I did that, and of course, Max, for up to a point, did get in touch with me, and he was like, my correspondence with Max were completely fine. We had a great rapport with each other. He would tell me about updates and what's going on with the game, and then he was like, okay, you need to now make the company. Its name, you know, what it's called and all that jazz. And I remember at the time he sent me that. Also, Best in Slot made a video saying, name my company. Oh, we've done it. There we go. We did it. Fantastic. But we're not only just doing that. I've got so many incubators to open, guys. I've been saving for this. So if I'm not looking at you, I'm looking at me in the viewfinder. Very unprofessional. So what do we get from this? We got Opacodon. Doesn't have a hybrid yet. Might do. Irritator's pretty decent. Rex Gen 2 is very decent because of Monolophosaurus Rex. And well, I suppose 250 could be a lot worse. So have I got books to get back? Oh no, I've maxed out everything, so there's no point in doing that. I'm just going to get these incubators, rattle these off, and maybe we'll do some battles, because I've got 560,000 coin to spend. So we'll join back with Mesozoica here before we'll want to do this. So what we got? We got coin, yeah, sure. Dinosaurs, kind of a waste. DIMETRODON Gen 2, kind of a waste. Just because I got so many. Baron's Gen 2 doesn't have a hybrid yet. Nodosaurus does. Not too bad. Okay, now for the epic. I've been holding on to this one for a long time. So 14,000 coin, very good. Diplocast doesn't have a hybrid yet. Purcell Gen 2, I think has one, but I'm okay at the moment. Oh, that's good, because I don't need Woohoosaurus at the moment. 600 for Argentinosaurus. Okay, now onto the epics. 131 Kentrosaurus. Beautiful, because I need that for the Anchor Trichosaurus, which is so OP. It's so good. And the final one, T-Rex. Oh, well, that's going to help me for Diloranchus, which is so good. Such a good dinosaur. So I'm happy with that. Very good. So we're going to go into here. This is my team at the moment. I think the only, like, I think it's pretty decent. I think what I'm going to do is probably spend 80,000 on Dealer Ranches, because Dealer Ranches is so good, and rather have the extra attack and extra health. With that guy, I'd get it level 25 easy. And then we got 30,000 for that and 50 for that, as well as all the Tyrannosaurus DNA we just got. And I've seen a lot of people use Thorador. Thoradolosaur. They've used a lot of that. So you know what? And he's a big hitter, and if I can give it more attack, an extra 65, I'm going to do that, because it does 2 hits. It does the first one, and then it definitely gets the instant charge off. After that, it probably dies, but you know, we'll save that for later. But I wanted to try and hopefully, if we can get lucky, we can get this. All we need is 60, which is a lot to ask. Oh, we're running out of time. It's went orange. Anyway, so one chance. Come on, please, 60. 10. Well, that's gonna take a long time to get, isn't it? So we're gonna at least need 1,000 T-Rex DNA. At least 1,000 T-Rex in order to guarantee it. But once we get it, it's gonna be so good. Instant invincibility, instant distraction. It's just a really good dinosaur. Any other dinosaurs that I want to level up Draco Rex, but there's an update coming out releasing new hybrids, and honestly, I think that's probably going to be enough for me. I don't think I'm going to need any more Draco Rex. I feel like we're going to have all those hybrids, and then, as you've seen in the past, things get nerfed. Velociraptor, things got superiority strike, making Velociraptor useless. Draco Rex is now always used by top tier people, because you switch in and you've got instant hit. It goes first and it hits. And then it just does one attack and then it impacts and swaps. So it's really good. But I feel like that's too overpowered for a common especially. So I feel like that's going to be enough. So I'm not going to waste coin leveling up Draco Rex. However, stuff like, I really want to level up Stegosaurus. I really want to level 25. It might have a hybrid in the newest things, but level 25, I use this guy all the time, and he's just so freaking bulky. He has been nerfed, but 5,000 health, almost 1,000 attack at base. You know what? That's a lot of coin wasted there for level 25, but I'm pretty happy with that. If it does have a hybrid, I'll work towards it. Anything else that I could or I do want to level up? I guess I could level up all of these, but at the same time, is there anything that I'm wanting to go for? Yeah, that's right. So stuff like the Sticky Moloch, like that hybrid. It's not a Paramoloch. It's one of these new. I think I've got something actually to create. Yes, haha, something new. The Nodopatatitan could be decent. I just thought we'd get that. It's super slow, but it's all about decelerating impact. So 3,000 health, 600. So it's more of a health tank. Super slow. Does it have any crits? 5% and 40% armor. So superiority strike, decelerating impact, bellow, and long protection, as well as a counter attack passive for 1/4 damage, which isn't too bad, but not too great. So close that it's this thing, I think, because this one, whatever the Sticky Moloch is, basically, like, look at that. We've only got, ooh, look at you. You're a big truck, aren't you? Paramoloch goes to Turamoloch, and we need the Tyrannosaurus. So we may as well level up the Tyrannosaurus. So 30,000 for that. So there's a lot of dinosaurs that you do need to get level 20, like Tyrannosaurus, like Dimetrodon, that cost a lot of coin. And I haven't spent any of my bucks at all, really. I've just been saving them. And another 40,000 to get level 20. So now we can start working for the Rajasaurus hybrid and the Turamoloch. So that's a lot of DNA to go for. So Turamoloch, we need the Paramoloch, so we may as well 20,000 for that. Get that to level 18. And I don't think yeah. So we just keep on going for that, really. Is there anything else? Yeah. Urlicosaurus, because I'm wanting to go for Urlidominus. You know, that one. I mean, it costs a lot of coin to get all these dinosaurs up, but I may as well get it, because I get XP. I barely see this guy. Urlicosaurus. Played this first ever since this game came out, and that's all I've got, including all the incubators I've opened. And this guy, you know what? He's actually pretty decent. Bit slow, 20% critical chance, but you know, ooh. Do you have a hybrid? Utah Rinex is actually really good, because I think that has the impact and swap. So we'll level up Draco Rex, this guy. So I'm not necessarily making my team a lot better. I've upgraded some of the uniques that I will continuously use. Because stuff like the Capro Suchus, which does the bleed, it's good, but it's not a unique dinosaur, and I'd rather save coin for something that's unique. So this, we're working towards something else. It's the same with the T-Rex. Like, I could get Indominus Rex up a little bit more, but if I save the T-Rex DNA, I could get the Trichosaurus, which is really good. Oh, we're gonna get this to level 19. Oh, fantastic. And then we can start working towards TYRANNOSAURUS, I think. How much we got left for level 20? So 2,100. I mean, so we're not gonna use it. And already 400,000 coin gone. Ain't that a kicker? But now we can start working towards this guy. So back to Mesozoica. You've waited patiently for 5 minutes-ish, I think. So yeah, like people, I released the person who made that video said, and even at the start of the video, they obviously typed in Mesozoica into YouTube, and a lot of my videos came up. So I mean, I didn't really have any doubts about it. It's like if somebody came up to me, or if Max said to me, "Oh, don't play the Isle anymore. It's all stolen assets. It's all blah 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 blah. I don't like the creator. Blah blah blah." I never take stuff like that personally, or seriously, because I want to separate the creation from the creator. That's kind of what I did with Mesozoica. And when it did come out, yes, it was buggy. Yes, it was definitely not what they promised, but it showed that it did sort of get done. And you know, even though I wasn't necessarily I wasn't really over the moon with it, because the quality really wasn't there too much. Oh god, I just realized, ooh, I'm going for this guy, but I've only got so much Sinoceratops DNA, and do I want to save for Allosinosaurus? Ooh, what do I go for? Oh no, I don't know. You know what? Let's do a battle. Let's just battle, and then I don't have to worry, because I'm talking, and then I'm making big decisions that could affect a long time, because I won't get any Sinoceratopses, or Sinoceratops, whatever you want to call it. So Mesozoica, yeah, it didn't go the way I wanted it to. I ended up not getting the rewards, even if I did fill in the survey for what's it called, for making a company, which I didn't, because at that point I was starting to clock on the Mesozoica slowing down, and I was busy enough, and I was like, if they are honestly gonna do it, then Max would be on at me. He'd be like, you know, come on, we really need this. And he just sent one email, and I was like, And then a month later, I'm like, he hasn't followed up. I was like, yeah, and to be honest, for me, I donated the money to Mesozoica because I wanted it to turn out good. I didn't do it because I was like, oh yes, I'm going to have my name in it and we're going to have a company. I mean, that's cool. That's a really cool backer reward. At the same time, it wasn't the reason why I did it. I did it because I wanted to see Mesozoica turn into a good game. Probably repeat myself a million times, haven't I? Probably. But yeah, that's basically my end. People might say, well, Beaver, why didn't you warn us? At the time, it was all hearsay. At the time, the Isle didn't look too great either. So I wanted to back everything. I wanted to say, oh, look at the Isle, it's amazing. You play as a dinosaur, you can do all this. And then the Mesozoica, you can create a park and maybe, you know, Prehistoric Kingdom, or whatever it was called. I think it's still called Prehistoric Kingdom. When that comes out, you can play that. Sod having biases and being, I'm Camp Mesozoica, I'm Camp the Isle. Just play games and enjoy them. Unfortunately, it turns out that that sort of, I guess you could say, naivety led way to people taking advantage, which is what happened. I don't know behind the scenes. All I know is the Kickstarter reached its goal. The game didn't promise, didn't deliver, and that's all I know. One thing I remember when I recorded Mesozoica, when its early access came out, it just seemed it was very unprofessional. Not from Max's point, but from the people involved. Because the modeler, all that leaking stuff, looking back that happened, and even the animator, the lead animator, was apparently calling me out for not knowing anything about animation, because I called his animation bad, or not necessarily bad, but it could do with work. I just pointed out some flaws, like, oh, that could be done a bit better. That's all I did. Woo, you're big. You've got the weirdest walk cycle I've ever seen. You're very floaty. Both feet land at almost exactly the same time, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna be critical of the animation. I'm sorry. No, I'm not happy with that. It's almost like too... Like, the weight needs to be shifted, if you know what I mean. And as an animator, you should take criticism. What are you doing? If you're in the art, you know, arts and design and whatever, which animation is technically a performance, like an actor, like an art, fine art or whatever. It was just very... And Max, I don't think Max told me about that. I think it was somebody else. And then I told Max, and he was like, yeah, sorry about that. And then I think he was removed from the project anyway, I'm not too sure. So, I guess looking back, if I really wanted to have a go at Mesozoica, there were plenty of opportunities, and I could have boycotted it. But why hinder a game that could be good? You know, like I said, if Max had said, oh, don't play the Isle, I don't like Dondi, I wouldn't, like, if I'd done that, I would have hindered myself. The reason, oh god, how much, oh god, switch. Woo, he was gonna go for Rampage and kill me there, was he? Look at that, barely paying attention and throwing it up. What should we go for? I mean, he's probably gonna switch in something that's not gonna be quicker than Indoraptor. Hopefully not. Oh no! Oh, we won! There we go! Happy days! We did it! But I wanted to do a video like this, not just on Mesozoica. I mean, I feel like I do also want to put my thoughts out there. And again, like I said, this is all off the cuff. I might have said some things and you'd be like, Beaver, what about that? And stuff like that, I'll talk in the comments. But as far as it goes, the personal drama that was going on behind the scenes that led to eventually Mesozoica turning out to be a scam, I didn't know about. And I didn't want to pay attention to. I wanted to just see a good dinosaur game. And I think, including, you know, I can't speak for Best and Slot, but I'm sure almost 100% that was his goal as well, was just to see a good dinosaur game and to play it. That was it. There was no, you know, malice or scam that was going on as far on our ends, and we probably could have told you guys a little bit about what was going on, but it's unprofessional to be like, oh well, you know, and I didn't know anything. All I knew was that I was getting updates from Max, and then all of a sudden updates stopped, and that was it. And apparently, supposedly it wasn't all Max's fault. There was other things that went on behind the scenes, but because Max had put himself at the front of live streams and he was, you know, the lead on it, he got a lot of backlash. Because my good friend Ryan did a lot of the sound that was in the game. I don't know whether it was music or whether it was sound effects like Foley, and so I was getting sort of two different people as well. One that's, you know, a good friend that I've met in real life and I've known for a long time, and Max, who I've only known over the internet and could tell me anything really. And I feel like we were very honest with each other though, or at least maybe up to a point, I don't know, because this whole thing happened, and I didn't want to say anything, and I haven't said anything really. I didn't know anything, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. So that was 400,000 coin gone. Some upgrades to dinosaurs, although we didn't really use any there, actually, none of, apart from Stegodus, which did more damage because it was upgraded a little bit. Oh yeah, sorry, before we go, yes, if you are constantly trying to get involved in the group, in the clan, we are turning over new people when other people become inactive. But if you want to get in there, as long as, you know, you're active, and there's no general criteria, as long as you donate, that's all that matters really. And what I've been doing is just gathering a lot of different random stuff. So TYRANNOSAURUS, even though very early on I saw him all the time, now he's having a hybrid. So I'm like, ooh, do I keep on asking for DNA? So, and Draco Rex, because it has that hybrid. And now that I see I've probably got too much Draco Rex DNA, but you never know, if we get more Sinoceratops, then we can work towards that. But anyway guys, I just wanted to air out, get what my opinion was on that whole situation, as well as like get out and about in Jurassic World alive, even though we're not walking because it's cold outside and it's winter. But anyway guys, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye bye.